New developments in the tragic accidental shooting that killed a Tampa Bay teenager back in 2019. Bradley Hulett was just 15 years old when a hangout session at his friend's house turned deadly. Ramsey Bevan got a hold of a gun and pulled the trigger, shooting Hulett 2 years ago this month. Bevan was charged with manslaughter with a firearm, and court records showed he faced a first-degree felony charge as an adult. Evidence later alleged that the gun, which was manufactured by Sig Sauer, had a defect. Now a lawsuit has been filed against the gun company, accusing it in part of wrongful death and lack of safety systems. Our Angelina Salcido has that part of the story.
Bradley Hulett's life taken senselessly at just 15 years old.
He wouldn't have wanted any of this.
But his parents aren't letting their son die in vain, now shifting their focus to the company they say never warned against a faulty gun. A wrongful death complaint filed December 9th alleges Sig Sauer's P320 firearm was dangerous and defective, and says there were no warnings about the gun firing without the trigger being pulled.
No parent should ever have to bury a child.
Back in November, State Attorney Andrew Warren said possible legal action could be pursued against the company because of the defect.
It allows the gun to fire without the trigger being pulled.
Warren's office dropped the charges against Ramsey Bevan, the person holding the firearm when Bradley was shot. Gun expert and trainer Ryan Thomas doubts the gun went off on its own.
I train enough people to know that's all just false. The young man's finger was on the trigger, and he pulled it because he didn't understand guns or gun safety.
Thomas says Sig Sauer did recall its P320 firearm, but not for what's being alleged.
It wasn't an issue with the gun discharging by itself. It was an issue with the firearm discharging when it was violently dropped on a hard surface.
Meanwhile, the lawsuit also names the Tampa Police Department, where Officer Edwin Perez registered his weapon, and shoots straight where the gun was purchased. Bradley's dad suing all parties involved for infliction of emotional distress.
The Huletts are suing for $30,000 in damages. We reached out to the Tampa Police Department for a response to their mention in that lawsuit. The department says it will not comment on pending litigation.
Now let's take a deeper dive into Sig Sauer, the gun manufacturing company, and the P320 gun involved in this lawsuit. So according to the lawsuit, the handgun model was first sold in 2014 and is still available today. It claims that the company never attempted to warn the public about any defects in the gun, even after knowing that it could go off without the trigger even being pulled. Now, the Stoddard law firm compiled a list of accidental shooting incidents, I should say, related to the P320. One of them involved an officer sitting in his car when the gun went off in his leg holster. Another, a U.S. immigration officer, when he put his hands on the gun's grip, but not the trigger. And in 2020, Canada's counterterrorism unit removed the P320 from its branch of the military after one fired off during a training exercise.